Giovanna, could you explain to us the market of this sculpture by Picasso? Because he showed them very lately in his career. So it's a very small market, but global market.
Correct. Thank you, Judith. Indeed, you say it very well. So it's a market that is rare and it's small, but at the same time, it's not a niche market. When the works appear at auction, they command a great audience and a global audience and a wide audience because it's Picasso, because it's iconic, and because it's absolutely understandable, especially in 3 dimensions. So if we want to decline the market of sculpture in the biggest blocks, let's go from the top to the bottom, to the everyday. The best prices, the highest prices are paid for the plasters in the 30s, in the early 30s, during his big love for Marie-Thérèse, when he was in Bois-Jaloux and when he represents her with this magnificent sculptures, completely radical, completely new, that he peoples the garage in Bois-Jaloux with. And he makes this forest of plasters. They are all in the family. They're very difficult. They don't come to the market at all often. When they come to the market, it's in private sales, and they are allegedly reaching in the high 90s, around $90 million. Well, that's the price that allegedly was paid for one of them in the past 10 years.
But recently at auction, the record price
for a sculpture is being paid for a Tête de Fernande, which was sold at Christie's in May 2022, now, a few months ago, for just shy of $50 million. This was a wonderful cast that was deaccessioned by the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York, chased at auction. There was multiple bidding and an audacious fight to get it. It's the most important Cubist sculpture, and it's incredibly recognizable. So because it doesn't come on the open market often at all, it fetched a very, very high price.
But there's something, how do you say, les métal peints, painted metals, which is something very unique between painting and sculpture in the corpus of creation by Picasso.
Absolutely. Within the body of his sculpture, one particular subject is this wonderful painted metals. First of all, because they are unique. Clearly, he paints on the metal after having assembled these very whimsical portraits of people around him in the 50s, portraits of animals, portraits of, for instance, his chouette, his hibou, owl. The owls are particularly lovely and very much sought after. So these command various prices. Now, for a good owl, for instance, you could pay up to $2 million.
So the price have increased in the last years?
Yes, they have. There is much stronger acknowledgement of the importance of these works within his body, his corpus, as you say, of work. And he is recognized as a complete genius in this area as well. Sometimes he thinks sculpture before painting, as we know. And this is why, for instance, the most important prices have been paid for 1932 plasters, because we think that his seminal works in the 30s, portraits of Marie-Thérèse, like Le Rêve, have been inspired by sculpture, by this very sculpture feeling of Marie-Thérèse, first imagined as a plaster and then transformed into the paintings. So very often he starts thinking in 3 dimensions.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think we have just a general idea about sculpture by Picasso. Merci, Giovanna.
Thank you very much.